Just imagine, if you can, early spring, you go to the garden centre, you're going for a cup of coffee, and you're walking past beautiful cascading begonias in hanging baskets that you say, I've got to have one of those. 35 quid at least it'll cost you, but there's a better way of doing it, and a lot cheaper way of doing it. You can still have the coffee, still enjoy the spectacle of begonias, but I tell you what, corms. Now let me just tell you a little bit about corms. 3 to 4 centimetres bedding begonia corms. Now these are pendular. They'll actually grow over and they grow down the sides of a basket. You can actually grow them in a pot like this as a nursery bed and then actually transfer them into a basket. So what you do is you keep them on a windowsill, nice and warm in moist compost, and those will grow on. They'll grow on quite happily, and you're getting ahead of the game. You're getting ready for mid-May. These are going out, frosts are past, and they're going to look absolutely magnificent. Now just on the corms themselves, 3 to 4 centimetres. Those will perform really well. You'll get quite a few in a pot. They'll cascade over. And the difference between pendular and cascading, in the word really, the cascading ones are magnificent, fully double, perform magnificently, great big flowers. The pendular ones, semi-double, you know, some flowers are double, some aren't, will perform well, but not to the size of these big ones. These are exhibition qualities. You go to a garden show, these are the ones that you'll see the flowers of. Now all cascading begonias are beautiful. The normal size ones are absolutely wonderful colours, you really can't go wrong. Single and semi-double flowers, they really are lovely. But if you want that little bit of extra bling, go for the giant cascaders. They really are wonderful. All fully double flowers, wonderful colours, will really brighten up a dull patio. I tell you what, either one you're in for a treat, but try those big ones, can't go wrong. Now planting them couldn't be easier. So in a small pan like this, I grow them on in a nursery bed on the window ledge, a few pebbles in the bottom, just to aid drainage. Nothing likes to be sat in wet. A little bit of compost in the pan, just like that, just firm it down slightly. Now that's lovely moist compost. These will actually sit on the top there. Now just a point, if you don't know, they're cup shaped, so the curved bit, that sits in the compost, and the little eye is going to come out of there and grow away quite happily. Now remember, this is just a nursery bed, so all I'm doing is growing them on in here, letting them swell up, just so that they can get ahead of the weather outside. And then I'm going to transfer these, when they're ready, into a hanging basket. Now that's the old-fashioned way of doing it. You just place them on there. What they do in the modern ways is to actually just put a layer of compost on the top. And really and truly all it does is get the moisture into it quicker. These corms are desiccated, they've been dried out over the winter. Now it's as simple as that. Now those are great in that nursery bed, but we don't want to leave it like that. We're going for exhibition quality. We're going to knock the neighbours' socks off with what we're going to do next. Now an old pot or a bucket, just to take your hanging basket. Now the hanging basket's lined with plastic, so that's okay. Compost in the bottom. No need for crocks on this because it's going to evaporate quickly and it's going to go away quite happily. There's going to be plenty of moisture in there. Firm it down. That's lovely moist compost ready to go, because what we're planting now are exhibition quality. Look at these beauties. 5 to 6 centimetres. The Belgians, where most of these come from, for some unknown reason, do it different to the rest of the world. They measure it in diameter rather than circumference, but 5 to 6 centimetres. You buy these mail order. You don't normally get these in any garden centres you go in. They're absolutely beautiful. 15 to 20 centimetre tide blooms. Beautiful things, cascading over there. They really are magnificent. Usually self-dropping, so the flowers just drop off. I tell you what, these are wonderful, wonderful things. And rather than spending 35 quid on a hanging basket, you can do it this way for, under £1. I mean, it's absolutely magnificent. Now, in a basket this size, 3 of these exhibition quality, 5 to 6 centimetres. 3 would be plenty in a basket that size. The bigger your basket, the more you can put in. But these are beautiful and cascading, fully double. You really can't go wrong. You've had the pleasure of doing it yourself. You've knocked the neighbours' socks off. You can still go to that expensive garden centre and have a cup of coffee and enjoy the surroundings, but you're saving yourself a few quid, which in my book is always a good idea.